I'm so proud to be able to stand in front of my person and know he loves me because damn it, I love me. I love all of me. And he loves all of me because I learned how to love all of me.
Hi, our loves.
So this is definitely, I'm thinking of balancing. It's like half balancing, half manifestation question for you. And I'm wondering why it's happening. I think I might have a clue, but I'm really curious to your perspective. Okay, so during my separation with my person, I was distracting myself by trying to meet guys. I never really went on any dates, but I did talk to people that I've met like online, text space and on the phone and FaceTime them. And so about 2 weeks ago, one of the guys that I talked to messaged me out of the blue and like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he's a sweet guy. So I messaged him back and I told my person like, hey, this person messaged because my person is not jealous at all. And he was like, okay. Well, anyway, okay. So anyways, my person isn't jealous at all. So I said, hey, this person contacted me and, it was fine. Well, then yesterday I get a random message from someone else that I talked to during separation. Like, hey, how are you? What's going on? And I'm like, why would I have manifested two guys that I haven't talked to in over a year to message me within like a week or two of each other? Like, what is that about? Like, I'm like, obviously like neither of them even, there was never even a thought that they would go further with dating or anything because I was so hung up on my person. It was just literally was just a distraction. I had no inclination to go on a date or anything, but you know, distracting myself by talking to them and trying to make seeking validation at a time when I was super low. So yeah, like why would I manifest these two conversations within a couple weeks of each other? It just seems so weird and random.
So usually it's your light, like your energy. When you are vibrating in like a higher light, even if they haven't talked to you, they kind of in your energy. They feel your light and they feel your vibration. So
when they come,
your old self that needed a distraction to validate
itself needed that. But now you don't need it anymore. It's more of like,
interesting. To me, I'm not like expecting anything from this.
So much so that you told your person. It also shows you that you're more balanced now and don't need
the interactions
from
other people to validate and show you your worthiness. It's your soul manifesting them to show you that you're balanced. Your light is amazing.
See why those two guys specifically would have reached out because they were both really, really positive, light people, like really positive, both of them. Because there were some other people I talked to that were nowhere near on the scale that I think these two were. However, I do want to point out, and this is where I think, so I could see why my energy would have brought them both. But they both brought out a trigger in me, not really to do with my person, but more to do with myself. So I'm wondering if that is maybe what's going on here, because with both of them, my mind went to the same thing, which is I've gained weight. They wouldn't find me attractive. Not that I care if they found me attractive, but I'm not as attractive as I was when I talked to them because of my weight. Like it came back to how I'm feeling, the insecurity of my weight right now, like almost like made me wear like, I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
So like why? And so here's my thing. The first thing I was saying
was you're a badass. And the exact opposite came out of you.
Yeah.
That's why your soul did that. Your soul was showing you you're elevated, you're amazing.
People know and can feel it. You also
said that they're a little bit awakened, right? The people that are reaching out to you. So they can meet you. They can meet you in that vibration because you're elevated. These are people that are vibrating, they're in higher level and they can feel your energy and they're just saying hi.
The one who messaged me yesterday, I remember actually when I was going through my thing, telling him like, he annoyed me because he was so positive. Like it really bothered me. And now it's just like, holy cow, I can't even imagine myself being bothered because someone's so positive. It's sort of funny.
Yeah,
you know?
that's your type of people now.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are your people now. You're like, oh, cool. Now I can understand why you're so positive.
Yeah.
All of the people that come to you, situations, scenarios, are a vibration of alignment of where you're at. The fact that the mind went straight to how you are physically can show you limiting beliefs and things that you're working through and sorting out through within yourself that you might also be working out through with your other self.
And so you need to feel good
And be at peace of where you are and how you feel about yourself with anybody.
anyone, even as a friend.
Even someone that reaches out to you as a friend that says hi and they're both really positive and no interest in being with them or out with them, but because you remembered what
And be from society's
expectation, not even like I need to look good,
who tells us how we need to look
a certain way and be a certain way. They're going to remember you when you last interacted with them. And as you vibrated and align with soul and just our goddess, they're going to see the goddess within you anyway. So all that's just insecurity because it's not true.
Dug up a whole bunch of insecurities, but that's what I like. I know that it was part of this journey. I know it was part of the balancing act because it did trigger me, not towards my other self and not with addictive energy, but more just with these insecurities with my person I've been feeling just within myself because of, the gaining weight and stuff like that. But like these people really brought it out. Like you look totally different a year ago. And if people saw you now, they wouldn't find you. It was just weird. It was not weird. It was sort of sad that mine went there.
Cancel that it went straight
there. When you watch this video, you're going to see the first thing that I went to was like, your light is awesome because I see you through soul, right? So now I'm going to call you out and remind you to stay in soul because that's how I see you is you're in soul, you're seen through source energy. So when you're telling me a story, I'm seeing it for your truest light. Your light's elevated, you're amazing, you're a queen. And then the first thing the mind did was, I'm not good enough. And if people see me now, they're not going to find me. Cancel that. Hell no. Why would they not?
Why do you think? Okay. So why do you think? Because obviously like we get to a place where energy is balanced and then like these other things come up. So for example, like me, it's almost like my whole life, my biggest insecurity was weight. Suddenly is like almost like mind and I'm manifesting those same insecurities over again and like having to start over with this stuff, even though I'm balanced and in such a better place. It's like this part of my journey is still not resolved.
I think we're always evolving and it will come about
the way that it needs to for you to be able to release the resistance towards the weight and how you look and how other people should see you and the expectations and standards that you have. Because balance is being balanced for everything that you are within yourself. And so as we continue to balance our people, right, our person, along comes, because you're vibrating in such a high capacity, other people, scenario, situations that are also going to have you balance even deeper into your soul. And that will also mean creating scenarios and situations where you're interacting with people. They're going to cause certain triggers within you that needs to be solved, needs to be released, needs to be worked through.
You just made me think this is, I think, huge so before my awakening, I battled with not only the insecurity of looks and weight and stuff like that, but I also battled the insecurity of self and mind and who I was as a person. Right. And like, I had a lot of like, cause I didn't know myself. So I was always like shifting and I would say things and I would regret. And it's like, as soon as I came into soul, like I have no insecurities anymore about who I am as a person. Like when we say on videos all the time, I freaking love myself. I do. I freaking love myself. Like I think my personality is super adorable. I think I'm a queen.
But then it's like, there's this one piece left and it is literally the physical. And that is the part that so like the, internal, I've got down, soul, I've got down. It is literally the physical vessel that I am not completely satisfied with.
So that's the thing that you need to work on, and your soul's going to keep bringing it out of you until you love that part of you too. Because I've learned to love every inch of me, from every scar to every like hot mess to every single, things that I have. I mean, I know this is cheesy, but I'm serious. This is the truest form of self-love. Is I'll wake up in the morning and don't wear anything. I look in the mirror and I love every inch of my body. And I am thankful that I am in this vessel. Like, I truly love myself that much. I'll look in the mirror and I'll look at there's certain scars that are not scars, but like wrinkles. Oh my gosh, I'm getting older. We're infinite, but I'm getting these, like, because I told you, I really observe, I take moments to love my body, and I really observe myself in just appreciation, because I'm in this body, right? My soul chose this body, so I have to love it, because if I don't love it, then how can I expect other people to love it too? So I really take moments in my day to look in the mirror and like love every crevice, even every single imperfections, and find the imperfections to be perfect, because that's how they are. And so, I found this like wrinkle or line like somewhere over here. And when I'm looking at it, I was like, when did this one come out? Like, seriously, like that's, it's like watching a birth of a butterfly, right? We're watching it in like a microscope, and we're looking at it every single details and loving every single detail. But seriously, just feel into that, my love. Like, everybody else is so afraid to age. Everybody else is so afraid to like someday die, right? We never really die, but they're afraid of that. Embrace it. Embrace the hot messes that comes about with growing in this body, from the weight to the wrinkles to, I kind of had a moment. So I always get my hair highlighted. And because of COVID, I haven't had to do, I haven't done highlights in a while. And so I have this ombre thing going. And I kind of was like looking in the mirror and I'm like, you know what? I just kind of don't want to do highlights again. I'm just going to let my natural color go out, and then have my stylist match the color, so I don't ever have to go back. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that, but I did have a moment to love my own color. Like, even like, right? Yeah. Even like, let's say, again, I'm loving myself, have this grace of getting older. And I was like, even if I grow like grays, I mean, wouldn't that be so hot? See, you gotta love those stuff. And like my
that's hard one. That's a hard one.
There's this thing that I know. So get this. There's this thing that I have when I see my person. He's starting to get like white hairs. Oh, in his beard. Oh, it's so hot. Like,
I love it. I know. I love the gray hair and the beards.
I know.
My person had once asked, like, he's like, I know that some guys dye their beard so it's all one color. I was like, no, I love the gray. It's hot.
Yeah,
right.
I do too. I think so too.
And women, it's just thing. Society has deemed it not attractive, as we've like the societies that they have set standards that then became what is considered beautiful. I mean, look at what is it Chinese cultures where the women bind their feet. I mean, holy crap, that looks painful, right? Yeah. But that's what's beautiful. So they could have these tiny little feet, but find this, like, come on now.
I think as you're awakened, this is when we break the barriers and expectations that is considered beautiful. Because to me, like, grace in aging is so fucking hot. It just hot. Like, my person, his beard is starting to have white hairs, and his hair is starting to have white hairs. He doesn't care, right? But I'm just like, I would just like put my hand on his hair, and I'm just like, oh, I love growing old with you. I do. I love growing old with him. And I can see myself somewhere down the line in the future, as I start getting grays, I got to love those grays too. We got to just start learning how to love all of us. This is how God made us. God made us this way.
So basically, the part of this connection, the part of this whole topic that we're talking about today, my soul is getting me deeper into really loving myself, which is why this journey even came about. Like, I'm getting triggered to figure out how to love myself whole and complete. I got the mind part down. Now I need to get the physical part down.
You did the inner part. Now you got to do the body. You got to love the body. The part that's the hardest for most people is the inner. And so the fact that you've already nailed that, love, the body, you just need to make appointments. You need to make, this is my appointment to love my body. And I'm going to do, I recommend this for everyone. In the first few days when I did this, it took a while. It takes steps, right? Baby steps. But the first time I did it, it was awkward, right? I'm looking at myself in the mirror, like looking at my stomach, my arms. That's what the mind did. And then the second day, I started looking at my shape. I would put my hand on my legs and feel how strong they are because I love to run and love that part, right? Put my hand in my face and just like, the crevice of my face and love that part, right? Love that part. It comes out. And when you start doing these very detail of love of the body, your body loves you back, and that comes out. It comes out. Like, I'm so proud to be able to stand in front of my person and know he loves me because, damn it, I love me. I love all of me. And he loves all of me because I learned how to love all of me. If I can stand in front of a mirror naked with love in my eyes, unconditional love within my eyes for myself, that's huge. This is so huge. If I can do that, I can wear a bathing suit outside, walk around and have that same love. I can wear a big army, like baggy ass clothes, walk outside and love myself. I don't even care what I'm wearing. I could have a plastic bag in my head and love myself. You have to learn to love every inch of you, because this is the vessel you have. This is it. You're not going to bounce into another one anytime soon, not for a really long time. So you might as well, right? You might as well love this one here. And I always say this, but like, who's going to love every inch, right? Who's going to do that if you can't do that? How do you expect your person to do those things, right? Like the things that I just named. If you look in the mirror and you're just like, oh, right? You got to love it all. I'm going to love it all, right? I'm going to love every single thing.
Oh, God.
Because society is what gives us this really fake persona. But I mean, if you look at like celebrities, even their dresses, the outfits they wear, they have to like clamp the back of their dresses because there's no way that they can have clothes that are that tight anyway, right? Everything in the back of their whole show, this fake show that they're showing, it got them all these things that they had to do to make someone look that perfect, because there is no perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. Actually, the imperfections is what makes them perfect. All these celebrities that come back with like plastic surgery and they don't look like their authentic self anymore. It's kind of like, ooh, that was her, that was him, that don't even look like them. You can tell like, the way that society has portrayed how you're supposed to age, but nature is not going to lie. And so gravity's still going to present itself. So we're still going to get older, right? We might as well enjoy and have grace and love for the way that we age. And this was such a cool way for your soul to bring about more ways to love the body. You need to now and love that part of you now. And that's going to come out in the outer.
This is good.
That was a good way for your soul to bring that about, love. But it's cool though.
It's really cool.
I guess the cool thing now that you're balanced, as you become more balanced, is you're going to balance more into loving even more about yourself, deeper, because you can't BS yourself. It just
if I feel this amazing with my interior, that you're right, that was a huge thing because there was a lot of insecurities there that creeped up, and those aren't there. So now I just need to get to that same place. And
you were able to clear those emotions of like pain and sadness and not being worthy and happy and not knowing how to find happiness internally. That's the hardest part. Now it's more of taking moments to love the physical, the 3D. You learn how to love the 5D version of you. Now you got to learn how to love the 3D version of you.
Exactly.
Love this question. Bye, guys.